good.
Blast back to the past.
Holy crap.
Wonderful.
Like it again. Oh my goodness.
I have missed you all. But I survived finals week, so we kind of needed that.
I'm proud of you.
Congratulations, everybody. We
And
survived
the dream
them
has
as,
shown.
that's like finals.
I have finals in 2 weeks. I still haven't taken mine yet.
Oh no. I'm sorry. I totally thought that was gonna be like a whole thing for all of us.
Nope, no. Well, like, BYU is really sucky with, like, timing and breaks, and
I'm
it's just
sorry.
weird.
That sucks. Okay. I think all of the people who are here managed to go through their spells and learn things and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
I can just.
I'm a fighter. I don't learn anything.
I just went from the slowest to one of the fastest characters.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a little dangerous.
Wow.
Would you?
My movement speed is now 35 feet, and I can take the haste action as the dash action as a bonus action with expeditious retreat. So I can move 70 feet in one turn.
Oh my god.
That is, you have all of those things.
Yes.
That is the one downside. You actually have to have all of those things.
It's just one first level spell with concentration. I'm fine.
Hold on. I don't have my character sheet. This isn't my character sheet.
Oh no.
Is it a blank character sheet or just like somebody else's character sheet?
I was making a warlock just for funsies.
Oh no.
As you do.
You do.
Oh my
I
gosh.
definitely haven't made like 4 warlocks in the
Oh,
past
we're already
week.
getting raided. I forgot about this.
Yay! We've missed you.
We have all missed you. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this side of the screen. Oh, who did we just... Okay.
Okay, he's back.
He's back. Hello! You almost survived the entire time. Thanks, Goliath Cleric. Honestly, I expected to die a lot sooner than my last game. Hello, all. Oh, and thank you for the subscription and your 3-month streak. Oh my gosh, you're beautiful and I love you.
Found it.
You found it?
Yeah.
Found it.
You know, I should really be concerned as a DM who's telling this story that you lost your character sheet as Devin.
I found it. I found it.
Just wait until level 5 when I can boost your AC by +2.
You will make me impossible to hit.
And you can
I will
attack
find a
3
way to
times
hit
a
you.
turn.
I will find a way to hit you.
I don't know.
You don't need to.
I don't know.
AC 21 hits 3 times a turn like a tank.
Yeah,
Alright.
not to mention now, if you miss, I can still hit what you let me do this. Remember that. I love you.
Oh! I got new shiny click clacks.
You too.
Beautiful.
I think Shelby has the same exact ones.
Those. I have. They look
Rose has the same
like that. Hold on.
They're
I'm sad. My
gorgeous,
quick clacks
so-
are in another state. I forgot to bring them with me.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Wait,
for-
did that?
I have something
Do we
just
all have-
like them.
We all have this. Okay, so that's 3 of us. You guys need to get these dice. Apparently,
I don't have
it's
those.
official.
Send me the link and I'll buy them.
I
Oh,
found
thank you, the
them in a
brimstone.
dice
I
store.
appreciate it. You tried to
Mine's
save me? Of
red
course
black.
I did. I know what it's like to be the squishy mage. I know too much what it's like to be the squishy mage with 4 hit points.
Wait.
Please stop trying to kill me then.
I saved you once.
You did save me, and I'm surprised you did, because you're this little halfling cleric that shed all of your armor to go jumping across a chasm that I was falling down.
How did we?
I don't know.
I don't know how at all we even got out of that.
We had to beat a 30% and we rolled a 27. That's how we got that.
Out of So how do we even get out of this situation?
Alright, anyways. We haven't done campaign in so long. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Alright.
You're
So,
telling me.
you all survived the hags. And you managed to help Lily. And even find a new respect for the older woman. And now, you have about a week of travel ahead of you until once again you reach Port Nenas. Most of the journey is spent in a tense silence due to the information the guards had let slip in an attempt to convince you that he needed to go back to the stockade. And it is the evening before the day the guards estimate your arrival back in the capital, and that is where we are going to start.
Spell slots back.
Yes.
So that, 6 rolls?
We're not going to worry about that part. I don't want another nat 20. Don't do this to me. You'll roll for tonight, but we're not going to do another nat.
Sorry.
So you are all setting up with 2 guards.
It should be noted that the relative silence is relative to Nolki. Nolki has not been silent.
Oh no, Devin has not said a word to Roland this entire trip. She has been like, "You're dead to me. I hate you." Like, yeah.
Oh boy.
Like, yeah.
Oh boy.
Because he has given her no reason to make amends yet. So
So is it just more uncomfortable silence as
I
you
guess
all
so.
set up for camp?
Yeah.
Devin's doing whatever the routine was that we've had established over the past few days, that like nothing has changed. It's just the same thing.
I'm just in like a meditative silence, like, they're awkward. I'm just fine.
I'm not awkward. I'm pissed. There's a difference.
Nolki's gonna bust out a new spell. I now at level 4 have the message cantrip. So you guys are just gonna see Nolki just point at Roland from a distance. It's like, if you want to try and break out, last chance. And you just hear this like whispered into your ear, even though no one is there.
I'm not going to do anything stupid.
I think you have to be able to like speak this out loud.
No,
No,
I
message
believe-
is like one way.
yeah,
And
the
then
target,
I will
only
go
the
back.
target hears the message and can reply in a whisper that only I can hear.
Okay.
So yep, there is a reply. You can reply if you want. No one can hear it.
What I said was my reply.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. I say, pointing at him again, and then I just go to bed.
Kalita, with your perception, you probably see Nolki like
It's like,
And then pointing again.
and then pointing again.
Would I notice that Kalita notices?
Perception check.
I feel like she would see that and just be like, continue keeping an eye on him. Like if as long as he doesn't make any active moves, I won't do anything to stop him. But I'm definitely like,
Would I get it on a 12?
You get the feeling that maybe a party member or two is probably watching Roland and noticed something.
If I see Kalita noticing, I'm just gonna point at her and cast message again, but this time at Kalita.
Okay.
What did you see?
Enough.
Okay, but you saw nothing, and then I'm gonna go back to bed.
I like to think of this encounter as Nolki's like laying down, he realizes, oh, shit, someone saw me, and then he just sits up, does it, and then just lays back down.
It's like, wait.
You saw nothing.
I imagine by then, like, everyone has seen it. Just like he like sits up.
Yeah, if you're doing that, then probably everyone except Devin would have noticed
Yeah,
something like
I
that.
Just calm down.
My passive is 10, so
Oh,
Yeah. The
don't.
two guards are trying to like ease the situation a little bit. They're a little wary of Roland. But not in a way you guys would expect guards to be. Like, they've taken his weapons, but
but how are they? What do you mean? Not how we expect.
I mean, obviously each of them have been taking shifts with you guys to keep an eye on him. But he's not shackled. They seem to be making conversation with him.
it's weird. It's weird.
That he was shackled.
That was
He was
just for
shackled when
show.
he came in.
He was when he came.
But I remember him asking to not be shackled on the way back.
There is also 5 more of you. Because
Yeah.
Ro is with you in spirit at the moment.
That's what I want them to think.
That's really dark. Okay.
My arm really hurts.
Alright. How would you like to set up this evening? Or tonight's watch? Or camp or rest? Words are hard. I'm a little brain fried at the moment.
It's all good.
I would say that Devin always volunteers to like
I can take one too.
to watch Roland. She always volunteers.
I can imagine just like she's like stirring, just like
Like,
Eyes never leave Roland.
no.
Do you have something to say to me?
Nope.
I think Milky's just kind of thinking like, I feel like there's a spell for this. For like the watch key. I need to look into this, guys. And then goes to bed.
How many times are you gonna go to bed?
As many times as it takes, apparently.
Watch this. No, I don't need to take a watch. I feel like there's a spell for this.
Okay, first watch. How many are you taking? 1, 2,
Oh,
3.
I'll take just one.
Okay, first watch. Go ahead and roll perception check for me, please.
Oh lord. Ugh. This isn't good. This is bad. 8.
8. Well, it is night, and you are human.
I am a human.
Da-da. Out of all of the things I prepared today, I did not prepare guards. Okay.
That's a shame. You should have known I was going to fight them.
I'll let it be known that I'm currently meditating. So.
Yeah, and I would say that Devin is doing, like, she's in a position to where, like, she can, like, see things, but she's not, like, dead staring at Roland.
Well,
if that makes any sense.
It's a good thing the guard is more perceptive than you are.
Yeah.
While you are busy focusing on this drow that you have just been honed in on the entire week-long trip.
Don't trust him. Don't trust him. Nope.
This particular night seems to go by uneventful. The guard sitting there with his weapon out in front of him, keeping an eye on the flames, eventually standing up to stoke the fire a little bit more, watching around him. Also keeping an eye on Roland, but mostly focused on the surrounding area. But eventually, Devin, you feel yourself starting to nod off and come back. It is definitely bedtime.
Okay.
So, second watch.
I can.
Okay.
And I'm awake at this point.
Alright. And then the other guard goes over and shakes his friend awake. Yeah, the one that's laying down, almost is very similar to Devin, where it's just like, come on, wake up. Dude. Trying to get him awake.
That's why Devin takes first watch. Just saying.
Makes sense.
Eventually he does manage to wake up. Who is keeping watch? I know Kalita. Roland, are you also like keeping watch?
I'm awake at this point, but yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll perception checks for me, please.
The 13.
13? I rolled the same thing on 2 different dice.
14.
14? Okay. You guys are sitting there. Kalita probably going through her spell book, things that she has, kind of inspecting her armor a little bit, keeping an eye out on the wilderness. Roland, you're doing the same thing, just kind of looking around, looking at the people in front of you. And interestingly enough, the guard that is awake now, who is doing the same things that the other one was doing, kind of looks over at the group that's asleep on the ground, and then looks over at you two, and is just like, is that normal? And he is pointing towards Devin.
Of fucking course he is.
I wouldn't look at me. I've only been here one night.
You've been here for
What about Devin?
You've been here for a little while, and you've seen this
I've only
before.
been here a few nights.
As there is a small purple glow coming from underneath Devin's armor.
Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry yourself about that.
Okay, if you're sure. And continues back to what he was doing. Ryan!
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It was time beforehand, but I forgot.
That's okay. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see.
Ah, yes, a 4.
Ah, yes.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
Less than 5, yeah.
Okay.
More than 3.
At some point during the watch, you guys find getting into a groove of the silence. That doesn't make any sense. You become so comfortable in the silence.
We groove for the
You
silence.
groove for the
I drove
silence.
to the silence. Yeah.
The sound of silence.
Me, when I'm home alone, just like all the single ladies stuck in my head, just kind of.
Yeah, that's a mood.
Suddenly, there is another person joining you on the evening's watch as Ryan sits up and kind of like she pulls her cape around her to keep warm a little bit more, but sits up.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
You guys are
Okay.
weird.
Not.
Yeah.
There's a glowing necklace around her neck. She just woke up in the middle of the night even though she should be resting. And you're friends with him. He's pointing towards Roland when he does that.
Yes, for sure. I'm well aware.
As Roland, as you say that, Devin rolls in her sleep and she's like, "Not my friend."
I mean, we're not quite friends. We barely know him.
Your tiefling friend seems to think otherwise.
That's Ro.
Yeah.
Is that just how she is?
I honestly don't know her that well either. So
Yeah. Weird. And he goes back to what he was doing. Actually, starting to keep his gaze more kept on the glowing coming from Devin than anything else. It's not like a bright glow that would like alert nearby. It's actually more dim than the fire. If this puts it into perspective, it's enough that you guys notice it, and it's a very dim kind of light.
Oh, Devin's purple again.
Alright. But eventually, the sun does rise. The birds begin to chirp in the forest. It's a leaf! Oh, he ran away.
wasn't long lasted.
Like a leaf on the wind, man.
No, don't do this to me!
I said the same thing the other day.
Don't torture me like this.
We have broken DM. DM.exe has stopped functioning.
How many of you have seen Firefly?
Seen what?
Firefly. Thank you, Paige.
I would know the reference.
So
That's
good.
why. Okay.
It's so good.
There you go. There you go. So Leaf on the
I love
Wind.
box set.
I'm so sad.
He was my favorite character.
He was the
died
best.
in Serenity. I died at the end. I died at the end.
I haven't seen
I-
Serenity yet.
Oh.
goodness.
Oh.
Goodness.
Okay, we need to shut up. Okay.
Thank you. I have just
So old. How have you seen Firefly but not Serenity? I don't
because
understand.
my roommate just showed it to me yesterday because he's like, "Oh, you think you're sad because the show ended? Let me show you Firefly."
I have I have the entire set and everything. They're honestly my inspiration for being a nerd. And I remember when I finally got to watch it because my mom was like, "Oh, this is too grown up for you." I watched the first season and went looking for the second in our drawers. Until my mom finally came in and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I'm looking for the second season of Firefly." And she just kind of looked at me and grabbed Serenity and handed it to me. And I was just like, "No."
I watched it because of you, Emily. It was because of you.
Firefly is the worst war crime Fox has ever committed.
Oh,
Oh, where are they?
Where are they?
Oh no, we're on a whole tangent right now. Hold up, whole tangent.
rabbit hole.
Oh
He's in
no.
a rabbit hole right now.
Here we're going.
Kaylee is so good.
Kaylee.
I love Kaylee so much.
I've only seen, I
Yes.
think, one episode, the first one.
And okay, hear me out. It would be so fun to play River as a divination wizard with the lucky feet,
Sorry to everyone watching, but this is a thing.
right? Wouldn't that be fun? Oh.
Oh!
I love them.
Do they not work? Oh no. You used to be able to squeeze their bellies and they would do the lines.
Oh, you're sudden inevitable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know his first intro like by heart because it's the yes. This is a fertile land, and we shall thrive, and we shall call it this land. I think we should call it your grave. Ah, curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal, and then they go on from there.
I love it. It's so good.
Yeah.
Okay,
Love Blanche.
tangent aside, that is.
We were 3 tangents deep there.
Yeah, we needed to. That was
I know.
necessary.
That
That was 100% necessary.
I'm not sorry.
This is actually, I got those from Mel, and it's the same birthday she brought me a tomato as my birthday cake. Paige.
Did she put a candle in it?
Yeah, she brought a tomato into the restaurant where we were doing birthday dinner, and she shoved a candle in it, and we did that for my birthday instead of...
Gosh, that's so stupid, but perfect.
Anyways, okay. Okay, we totally needed that, but I apologize to everyone watching. We will move on.
This is what I watch Twitch for, though. Like, content, get out of here.
I want Firefly tangents, damn it.
We need more Firefly tangents.
All right.
They can't remake it either. That's the sad part. It's too good.
Oh, no.
So, you do all eventually awaken, except for those of you who were already awake, and begin to pack up and make your way to the capital. The guards estimate probably a little over half a day to get there. Do you guys do anything during this trek onward?
I look at the plan.
Yeah, I'm hoping that somebody would have mentioned to Devin that her amulet glowed again.
Oh yeah,
And
I'll tell her.
At this point, she's getting like tired of it. But she knows she's so stupid when it comes to magic that she has no idea. So she's gonna spend a good part of the day literally just like looking at it and like staring at it, hoping it'll do something as she's walking.
Once we get to the library, I can try and help with that. I'm sure there's something. Libraries have everything. Libraries are the one good place.
Yeah, but two weird magic twins, they're like, don't break it. Like,
Yeah, but library. I won't break it, but like we can find something out of it.
Roland.
Yeah, but we can learn about it.
When she mentions twins, it seems familiar for some reason. You're not exactly sure where, but you've heard it before.
Like, I asked the wrong questions. But I don't know what questions are the right questions.
Libraries.
I don't
Sure,
know.
once we arrive back in the city, we'll learn more.
Hopefully those girls come back. I need to talk to them some.
Wow,
I mean,
inviting
they
them.
they might be in the library. Who can say? We need to go to the library.
Okay.
Why do you want to go to the libraries?
I mean, this is Nulky we're talking about.
Yeah, we'll try your thing. We'll try your thing with the library. And if that doesn't work, then I don't know what we're going to do. Okay.
All right.
I mean, there are other libraries if this doesn't work.
You do eventually find yourselves in the city once more. A bit of a process to get through the main gate, as the city is still on strict in and out policies in an attempt to figure out what is happening. And also with the king being ill. But you do make your way through, the two guards aiding you as they push you through. And they look over to Roland and they're like, okay, we let you be unshackled this far, but for the sake of the people around us, do you mind wearing them until you get back to your room?
Sounds fair.
Thank you. And they reshackle him and begin to walk away with him.
I'm just gonna tag along.
The guards, like, is he staying in the city hall center?
They seem to be headed towards the castle.
The castle.
With
Interesting.
how much you've explored the city, you specifically, Kalita. They are headed, like, they're kind of in the same direction, but then eventually they veer off in a V.
Going towards.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If Noki is following them, Devin It's gonna go after Nolki.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Well, we're sticking together, right?
He's not with us anymore. He's going back to what he was doing before.
I think we're just gonna play. It's like, are they right, or like, are we party members? What's going on here? And I think you guys are probably close enough to hear me just whisper this while pointing.
What are you pointing at?
Roland.
Roland, probably.
Are you messaging me?
Yep, I'm casting message.
Oh my gosh. He has been given too much power.
I can't warn you.
I'll whisper back as much as I want to stay. I have to go.
All right. And then I'm just gonna whisper back. All right, and then I'm just gonna turn and leave, just about face, without like saying anything else to the group.
And Devin's just like, what the fuck?
Okay. Rowan, you eventually make your way back through the castle, the keep's gate, through the castle and back down to the room that has been yours. I will come back to you. The rest of you, what you doing?
You guys want to check out the library?
I think we need to report back to Surveilla. Since she's the one
I
who sent
agree.
it.
That's
And that
fine.
way we can get updates on if anything's happening while we're gone.
Yeah, and I gotta see if message can work through walls.
Devin totally like just stares away, like complete office moment, like
DM to let you know, yes, it can. It can work through walls.
It also
You just have to
depends
know
on
them
a
well.
range, I think.
Yeah,
It depends.
like 120 feet.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
it's 120 feet and magical silence, a foot of stone, an inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks the spell. And you can cast it through solid object if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier.
Okay. Fair enough.
Meaning, I might be able to be an intermediary for Ro and for Shinstra.
Okay. Where do you go?
Wherever Devin is leading me.
Surreal.
oh, okay.
Surveilla.
Okay, well, last time we saw Surreilla, we were in she stuck us in the med bay medical ward wherever, and was like, don't leave. But I don't know if she's still there or not.
Well, she works in the castle, right?
I guess. I think so. She works.
Well, they're going to the castle. We could follow that.
They're gone.
We know how to get to the castle.
I'm not worried. I'm just pointing off into the distance. Oh, we do? That's awesome.
But then also at the same time, I'm pretty sure she would realize that we're back by now and would come find us before we were able to do anything stupid.
Mhm. I would say either the castle or the city hall would probably be the.
Let's go to the city hall.
Okay.
Right?
Devin likes that idea, so she's already heading that way.
Do we notice anything different about the city or the atmosphere this time around? It has been a little while.
It has been a little while. I have a list of your names somewhere. There we go. With you taking a moment to look around you and gather the atmosphere of the city as you walk through, it seems far more on edge, far more uneasy, a little less welcoming than when you first arrived. When you first arrived, it was a city of promise of new beginnings, or the continuation of an already begun new life. Now, people seem on edge and concerned. about the current state of being. No one seems to be hostile, but there is definitely, it's quieter almost.
People certainly aren't as lively as before. I wonder if anything's happened while we were away.
As we approach the city hall and we pass, that bulletin board, can I check if anyone else has gone missing? Are there any new names or just new flyers in general?
There are new flyers, mostly people looking for work, looking for hire. But what is interesting is the original flyer from when you guys were trying to figure out what was happening to the town is still up. With one of the district's names. It's the same list of names, too.
They're still missing?
Or they're missing again.
Wait, we found some people, though.
You did not find them all.
No, yeah, we found most of them, though.
Mm-hmm.
There was one district that we forgot. It was I believe the Harbor District, where we never ended up finding who was there.
I just can't believe no work has been done to find the rest of the people. We gave them good instruction, like a good idea how to find who is missing.
Yeah, Sorella said she was going to be on this.
So, are the people that we did manage to rescue and find, are their names, crossed off? Or is it saying that they're still missing?
They're crossed off. It's been updated since you saved those people.
So how many people are still missing and from where?
It's the Harbor District, and I think it's way back in a different note. I believe it's 3 more people.
I believe so as well. I am so excited.
So
How did I remember?
It's just the only people missing from the Harbor District?
Correct.
Okay. I have that note somewhere, so. I wrote down 4 people missing from the Harbor District.
It's 3 or 4. I apologize. I do not have that readily available.
I'll say 4, just to be safe. Yes. We have 2 names, so we have a Melanie and something else. Anyway, continue.
Okay. Do you guys go inside the city hall?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
What was once a bustling, very busy, everyone's running around like chickens with their heads cut off is now still busy, but also quieter, almost reflecting the city itself. It is much later in the day, so things have calmed down a little bit. I want to say mid-afternoon, so all of the things that happened in the morning when people were awake or first getting up and trying to get all of their work out of the way to begin with are now pushed through. Some of the latecomers to the day making their way through. You see fairly easily sitting off in the corner at one of the desks a high ponytail with brown wavy hair, high elven features, and purple robes, sitting there cross-legged, speaking to 2 little girls.
Little girls?
And she seems to be using some form of magic to kind of toss kind of like a visual effect between her hands. And then it comes through on above one of them and kind of sparks out and showers. Yes, they have red hair.
I'm gonna go.
I look at Devin. I believe you wanted to talk to them.
I'm going over.
Okay. Sorella notices you all, and she keeps and maintains this smile that she had on her face. And she leans down to the twins and points them off and kind of ushers at them, and they both look at you guys and they smile and wave very excitedly, and then begin to make their way upstairs. As Sorella approaches you. So, how'd it go?
So good. Not a hitch.
We didn't die.
I do notice that you're all alive. I take it Roland made it back to his room.
I hope so. We left them when the path diverged.
Well, he didn't kill you is what I'm after.
Oh, no.
Too much.
Is he supposed to?
Certainly not.
Lena, same page.
But a little birdie has told me of the good you have done for Lily. And the little bird with a blue back and a white chest seems to be flittering around on her shoulder.
As that happens, I'd like to summon Efla to my shoulder. I got one too.
She kind of looks
How big
down.
is Efla compared to you?
Oh, this is a raven. So like,
That's what I
looking at
mean.
my shoulder,
Yeah.
it's a good like head and a half.
Oh no. But I apologize, my light Scottish accent seems to be escaping me right now. But she continues on. As promised, there is a reward for that. However, due to the nature of said reward, I will either need all of your individual names or a group name. For you can register under the Kingdom of Darkness.
So Devin turns around to people. She's like, "We need a group name."
However, this is not something you have to come up with right now. And you can come up with it later.
Okay. Yeah, we need a group name.
She kind of looks at all of you and she's... You've grown. I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Mom.
Oh, I am nobody's mother. That came up very hard. I'm having a day. Oh my gosh, I need to stop. I'm just gonna be insulting people. Okay, I'm talking as Sorella. We're good. I was doing so well, and then we didn't have to deal with Sorella for like a month.
Yeah.
Anyways.
We just always need to have one character with that accent in the immediate vicinity.
Like every other guard. Like she's like,
Lillian's second in command, like
A random druid, a random goblin.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I grew up in the north.
Nothing if not
My mom said it made me special.
They should have
So
been.
anyhow.
It should have been each.
So anyways.
They stuck me under here because I told me I was a twat.
Now you guys are just showing off and I don't appreciate it.
I mean, it's nothing to be ashamed about.
Do you guys want
That
to
was so
DM?
bad.
Do you guys want to DM? I'll let you DM.
No.
We're good.
No.
God, it would be
But,
so fun to play a character that just mimics people.
Okay.
It's a race for that, I'm sure.
enough to play with.
Yeah.
I don't think that's ever been at the top of Milky's priorities. As is clearly evident.
Yeah, no, Devin turns back and she's like, how long have the twins been around here?
Around where?
The girls. Aren't you talking to them? The twins?
Yes. I was instructed to bring them out of the house today. House today? Oh my god, I'm having issues today, so I'm just gonna talk normally. I promise.
Good.
I promise
That's
I will
fine.
try and make it somewhat different and speak a little bit more like her, but I am not going to do an accent today.
That's fine.
I was instructed to bring them out of the castle today.
Out of the castle?
So is that where they've been staying?
They come and go as they please anyway?
I'll let you in on a secret. They kind of live there.
They live there. Why do they live?
They live there. Why do they live there? Like Devin says that. She's like, why do they live there? Like, she's so confused, but she doesn't.
Child spy
it.
masters.
Ouch.
Milky's 100% saying that, by the way.
I'm just like, princesses?
Spy masters. They can tell them. They're spy masters. Who would expect?
Things are not looking good for the king. So I have brought them out to distract them a little bit.
I was hoping to try to talk to them, or even you, because apparently this thing glows now when I sleep at night. And like she'll pull out her amulet. Yeah. Like it was already like.
So Cirilla takes it and she holds it. And a bunch of emotions seem to go over her face.
I don't like that.
She finally settles and she's holding it. You are being protected. And she hands it back to you.
From what?
Hey, better protected than anything else.
Better than cursed.
I am correct.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's ranged, it's probably scrying.
I'm not entirely certain. I think I know who this belongs to. I'm not for certain. But you'd be best to keep this with you. But she seems to like you.
Okay.
I mean, your guess is better than ours. So, you know.
Like, I'm very shakily, but like also trying to stay cool. Like, put it back and like. Okay.
Why are your robes purple?
My robes?
Noki.
I am a high sorceress of the kingdom. Our sigil is purple.
Like a purple version of the normal sigil? Or
It seems to be roughly the same color.
neat. And then Noki's gonna like go sit in a corner.
She kind of just watches you walk away and she just... What?
He's gotten weirder. I didn't think it was possible. He's learned so many new things while we've been gone, and he's gotten weirder.
So I will let you take the rest of the day to discuss, rest, maybe do what you can in the city. I called you back because I got the bird from Lily. Which means a reward for you all. You've done good work. Devin, if you don't mind, I would keep your head low for a little while.
And so Devin's gonna put her hood over her up. Kind of like tighten it up a little bit to like hide her sword hilt, and yeah. And she's just gonna nod.
All right. Anything else today?
Yes. Where do we go? Like, we noticed that this whole place seems off. We don't want to upset anybody. So is there like, I don't know.
Well, I would not mention the king to anyone as of right now.
We wouldn't want to anyway, I think.
Things are grim at the moment. Anything else? Because I know those two are getting into trouble. And as much as I love trouble, I am in charge of them today, and I don't need that on my record.
We'll just go find something to do then, I guess.
Thank you. I will meet with all of you tomorrow to discuss
Here?
your reward. Yes, if you don't mind.
Okay.
What would you guys like to do for the rest of the day?
Well, as they start leaving, I'm like, oh, are we doing a hood thing now? Milky would like to put up his hood as well.
Milky. Okay. I think we need lodging because I don't think we have anywhere set up to stay. So, an inn somewhere, maybe? Somewhere with rooms?
Did we want to do the same one if they're open?
I mean, we can.
The pillow.
So,
Something pillow.
Well, there's a high-end one and a not high-end one, and I think you guys were staying at the not high-end one.
The basic one, but it was.
For some reason, I have Ivory Dream in the Cogswell district, but I don't think that was the one we were staying at.
That's the fancy one.
The fancy one where we found kidnapped people in the basement.
No, that was the basic
pillow.
one.
The private pillow in North Side.
Yeah, private pillow we found decapitation.
Oh yeah, that was decapitation. No,
Maybe I don't want to go back there.
There was decapitation there, but the other one had also had the ivory one, didn't it?
That was the one that I died in, right?
Yeah.
Drow everywhere, like.
Yeah. In one of our party members decapitated someone with a weapon that looks a lot like Kalita's sickle, but we're not sure.
We were staying in one of these two inns. I don't know which one it was.
You were staying in the private pillow. The Ivory Dream was the high end.
The high end one where Ryan died.
At least you know how to die in style, Ryan. Jeez.
Fancy.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's right. That's why we didn't go to the Harbor District ever, because the keep is there, and Devin's like, let's not go there, guys. Let's not go there.
And it could bring up that Devin was the one that killed me, so I'm kidding.
Oof. Played that card.
A murder has occurred again.
This time it's Devin. Anyways.
I'm sorry. Devin, no.
She's dead.
Fuck, I'm never gonna live that down. Okay.
Nope.
I sent heart.
Yeah, we were in the private pillow. Which is also where Shinstra was arrested at.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do that, how many rooms are you taking?
About 5 of us.
Who wants an individual room? I'm sleeping on the floor.
Could do 2 and 2. Well, technically Rose with you guys. I should
That's why I said 5.
You could still do 2 and 2, and Nolki could be.
2 rooms is fine. Yeah, I just need a pillow. I'm set.
Yeah,
I
probably
guess
2.
3 rooms.
And 2.
2? Alright, 2 rooms will set you back about 10 silver pieces. So whoever's paying for that,
That's fine.
write that down.
Okay. I got it. Don't worry about it.
You got it? Okay.
Do I
I
have
got
money?
it. It's 10 silver pieces.
And then if you're doing meals, probably about 3 silver pieces per.
Alright. So
1 to 3, depending on what you order.
So it's probably like afternoon, evening-ish time.
It was about mid-afternoon when you arrived. Fort Venus is large, so it took you a while to get to the city hall, especially from the gate that you arrived in, because you guys arrived in the Cogswell district and had to go all the way up to Northside, which is where the city hall is.
Then we came back.
Yep.
at least the isn't the private pillow in Northside though?
Private Pillow's Northside.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're close.
Alrighty. And I would say that Devin, after getting the rooms for people, was very hungry. So she will order food.
I would like
Okay.
food too.
So like
We
just
like food.
the basic meal or whatever they're serving. Devin would like some.
Alright.
So
Lodging and meals accommodated, all of you together. Do you wish to do anything before evening's rest?
Library?
I guess we should talk about a name.
Yeah, that's
Since-
what I was gonna say.
Since
Yeah.
since Cirilla wants that in the morning.
Or at least sometime tomorrow.
Yeah.
However, while you guys are doing that, if one of my sand guardians would not mind moving me to Whispers so that Roland and I can have...
You say that, and I'm the only sand guardian here.
I'm sorry. I can take that away from you if you need.
I want it. I just don't know how to only move one person.
Just click and drag my
Click
name
and
down
drag.
to Whispers.
Okay, hold on. It's bringing everybody. This is dumb.
Oh, yay! Whispers for everyone.
That's all I got. No.
Like literally, it's like everybody's grouped together.
Oh,
I mean,
dear.
you can move us all the whispers and then we move back.
Okay, I will just go ahead and we will solve this problem.
Yeah,
Roland, if you don't mind.
I can't do this.
All right.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I gotta turn it on again.
Yeah, you do, unfortunately. All right. So, you find yourself back in the castle keep. Back in the same room you've been in for the past 7 years. It's almost kind of homey now at this point, having been here so long. You're
I'd like to think I have more decorations than everybody else.
Yeah, you probably do. You are given food for the evening, drink. The old guards that were always seem to be stationed outside during the evenings have returned.
Can I ask them to potentially have court with the king?
We can put in the request, since it's you, but that doesn't mean it will be approved right now.
Thank you.
One of them goes to the one at the front door and, chain of command, blah, 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 blah. You find yourself starting to become comfortable, possibly even begin to drift off. Maybe study the maps that you received while you were in the hag's place. And eventually, a woman... Oh my goodness, I need to scroll. Let me scroll. Thank you. She's a human woman. She has... You remember Sorella when she came and got you. Similar robes. A sash across the front of her robes, as well as a small silver circlet with purple gems that decorate it. Very short, kind of a sandy blonde hair that seems to be graying at the roots. She has a very soft face that would be welcoming if not for the stern look in her eyes. She seems familiar due to a description you have heard over the past few years. Recognize her to be Lady Kayla. And I apparently have proven that I cannot do a Scottish accent today. However, from what little interaction you had with Sorella, you hear similarities in Lady Kayla's voice. However, hers is much thicker and a much stronger accent. As she comes up to the door. All right. It's interesting that you wish to seek audience with the king because he wishes to seek audience with you.
I figured as much.
I hope you're okay with precautions. I will be
Leave
going
my feet free?
Hmm?
Leave my feet free?
Fair enough. As she opens the door, and she says, I will be going with you. And she leads you to through the castle. And you find yourself in the garden, which you usually see when you are granted this audience. And you see sitting in a chair, very pale-faced, his dark hair gone a little shaggy, a little messy as well, in simpler clothes, as he sits in a chair and looks over at you, kind, amber eyes with a smile. Roland.
Long time no see, friend.
Hello. And he gestures over to another chair that has been brought up. I hope you don't mind, but it appears people do not seem to want to let me out of their sight, as he looks over behind you guys and you see Lady Kayla also making herself comfortable.
I did try to kill you.
For me, that was a long time ago.
It may not be in my time, but it was.
You've come far in such a short amount of time. Tell me, how did your adventure go?
It could have been better. I'm alive.
That's good to hear.
You, on the other hand, not looking too well.
No. Sadly not.
Do you know why this is happening?
No.
Do you believe there to be a cure?
I do not wish to answer that question. In a vain attempt to continue to hope.
Can't say I wouldn't try.
And I thank you for that. So you have to tell me about this group.
I wouldn't see myself liking a gnome. But
There's a gnome in this group.
yes. And he likes to whisper in my head.
That's concerning.
You're telling me. Now he won't stop talking to me.
Gnomes can be crazy sometimes.
It's a likable crazy.
That's good. A likable crazy is good.
There's a human fighter who has a weird glowing amulet.
That is very weird.
Well, it has our crest on it.
His face completely falls. It has our crest on it.
It does. And it glows at night.
Oh.
Do you know why this amulet is doing such?
I believe I do. I made that amulet. Or, I didn't make the amulet, but I'm the one who enchanted it.
So you know who is wearing it right now?
No. I would hope who it was, but... Make a perception check for me, Roland.
I'll just do it on D&D. Am I in direct sunlight, perchance?
You are.
I am?
Mm-hmm. However, I will allow this to be a straight roll because it is relying on something else besides your sight.
12.
12. The king goes silent. He seems to be speaking much quieter than usual when you used to meet with him. A testament to how ill he feels. But you notice a stillness to the air on this otherwise beautiful day. An otherwise beautiful evening. An extreme stillness. A silence. Any sounds of nature gone quiet. And you hear shuffling behind you as Lady Kayla herself begins to stand. When you look over towards Levin, and he's gone still. And he looks over at you, and his eyes begin to glaze over, turning a very dull, very white color. You hear her call out to him. But the king continues his gaze on you. You find yourself completely drawn to the man in front of you as concern for your friend's well-being is washed away by a calm. Words begin to fill the air around you, almost like several voices whispering all at once. You hear them before his mouth even begins to articulate them. Leave this place, O child of darkness, the chain is soon to break. Let not a rest or fate be sealed, the peaceful bones be called awake. A shield of amethyst will guide you, do not fear her call. Protect her from corruption, lest light find its fall. Ignore the cries of those who feel that ill tempers the mind. Voices of fear too blind to see, a soul learning to be kind. Confide in those whose minds are lost but hearts be pointed true, who long and hope for change to past, but must be made anew. And whatever seems to have taken over Levin begins to fade, his eyes returning to their amber color, however not as bright as they were when you met him this evening, as he begins to cough and hold his head, and he begins to hunch over, almost as if in pain.
Are you all right?
He does not seem to respond. As Lady Kayla rushes over, calling for guards, and holding him in an attempt to get him to come back. As more guards fill the area, as well as the queen, who comes rushing in, looking at you once, and then looking at the king, almost like she's about ready to pounce on you. What happened?
I didn't do this.
So Lady Kayla looks up from the king. He's still coughing, still in pain. As she looks up at the queen. I know you don't like him, but we apparently must trust him now. So they both look towards you, and the queen turns towards you. He had an episode again, didn't he?
You cut out. Say that again.
He had an episode again, didn't he?
If that's what you want to call it.
He seems possessed by something. Speaks words that sound wise, but speak of tales that have been untold.
That's what he said to me.
Did you catch any of it, Kayla? She nods. While I don't want to trust you, his words had never been wrong before. And she turns to Kayla. You better tell me word for word what he said. As she begins to recite exactly what you had heard. Eventually, at this point, Winter begins to shoulder the king in an attempt to help bring him back to his quarters.
Is there something I can do?
And Kayla turns towards you. As much as I hate to say it, and listen to the voices. Where did they tell you to go? For it was all gibberish to me.
Can you send that to me?
Yes, I can.
Word for word verbatim, please. As much as Roland's memory can be, mine is not so much.
Well, Roland's also isn't incredible. But where do you think they're telling you to go?
I'm assuming to go with the group.
It's not a great picture because it. How is that too large? Son of a. Okay.
Crop it.
Yeah, I'll have to crop it. But I will eventually send it to you. I promise. But for now, Kayla simply looks at you. Her head tilts. What group? And we're gonna go back to the group. Ah! You got there before I did. Oh no. It's... I'm getting yelled at by my chat to hydrate, so I'm gonna grab some water real quick. Oh my gosh.
Hydrate!
Everyone hydrate for him.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Actually, that is important. And I have to pee anyway, so.
I'm gonna go grab some water.
There, I grabbed water. You're ridiculous. Okay. What'd you guys talk about this time?
Lots of things.
Oh no.
As per usual.
Wait, stop that.
Sorry. Oh, my camera got all wonky.
Okay, since we seem to be in a little bit of a break, already talked about that. Lord 17C, thank you for the follow, as well as Sloopy Jr., thank you. Greatly appreciate it. And welcome to the shenanigans that is my stream. And this campaign. Yay! Okay. I have to send Roland something, and apparently the file size was too large, so I'm a little mad about that.
Large.
Yeah,
I hate that so much.
even though it's not.
Posture check. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, you earn little points as you watch the stream, and you can redeem those points for like posture and hydrate, and
Okay.
I have several other things. I can't remember what.
Oh,
Highlight my
Hydrate
message
really-
and
Highlight my
unlock
message.
random.
Oh yeah, and I only have one emote right now, which is kind of sad. But I got a new toy set for some digital art, so I'm excited.
But whoa, what did I click? Oh, there it goes. Okay.
Now we're gonna try to send this cropped message to Roland.
Uh-oh. Whoa, I double hit it. Cool.
There we go. That one went.
Sheeps. Screaming sheeps.
Chips. It's the only one they got now, which is kind of sad.
Sheep scream.
Cute.
But cool and awesome.
Alright. We're waiting on 2 more people. Any questions from the chat while we're waiting?
ooh, danger.
Danger.
Danger. Danger.
Bring it on.
Possibly related to the campaign. Gotta give it a couple of seconds so that it registers. Gotta live with a delay. Oh, why is that
Impatient.
20?
Darn, I can't open Twitch right now because my computer dies.
Oh no.
Oh,
That's not good.
Loving that laptop life.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
Like, it was so hard doing my homework on just the one screen, and that was. It surprised me so much because I didn't expect how much more difficult it would be.
All right. And return.
Ta-da.
Ta-da.
Literally, as soon as I leave, I hear his door open, and I'm like, okay.
You're good. You're okay. We got 9 hydrate messages in the chat, so that's okay. We all went and grabbed some water or something to drink.
Okay.
So, in all of your discussion over, are you guys eating your food while you're discussing this?
Mouthful and everything. Let's go.
Oh yeah.
Loki's
Food's
just
flying.
taking a bite, listing a terrible name idea, taking another bite.
Devin just like shakes her head at bad ones.
Hag Slayers.
Oh my gosh, Coffee Man, hi! Sorry, we have to stop the stream to say hi to Coffee Man. We have to.
Yeah.
Hi, Guppy Man.
Anyways, so you are all sitting, discussing, eating. Kalina, you notice as 2 figures come through the door, kind of look around. One of them points at you, and then they both make their way in your direction.
Do I recognize them?
Not at first.
Which means I do eventually, right?
You do eventually, once they get closer. Peeking beyond the cloak, purple robes begin to flow out. as well as a similar demeanor of the resident drow rogue.
What?
As they get closer, the figure in the purple robes looks down at the table, and in a similar mannerism to Sorella, but in a much heavier accent and thicker accent, asks, "Can I sit here?"
Take a seat.
Sure.
Begins to sit down. Kind of grabs the other figure's shoulder and shoves him down as well onto the seat next to her.
Hi, I'm Volky.
How you doing?
She looks over at Devin.
Devin's just eating.
This just keeps getting weirder and weirder. As she pulls off her hood enough that you get a good look at her face. A soft, older face with a stern look in her eyes peers back at you. Graying roots, sandy blonde short hair, and a small circlet that goes around her head. You get a good look at a woman you have seen before when you first met Sorella. She pulls the hood back a little bit further over her head. She kind of just looks over at the other figure and just grabs the back of his hood, pulls it down, and you see Roland.
Hello?
Back already, Roland. Couldn't stay away from us.
Why?
Devin
Why?
really is just like,
I look over at Devin, just like, okay.
This really does keep getting weirder.
literally an attempted murderer. He's sitting
I look at the
table.
woman.
I mean, he's only
I look at the woman like, what do you want now? Obviously, there's something.
Well, as the fates would have it, you apparently need him.
Need him?
What?
Why are we gonna keep punishing this guy for a crime he didn't commit? He didn't murder anyone.
He admitted to attacking the king. What do you mean?
I didn't murder him.
Still,
He
it's
didn't
legal.
murder him.
Attempted.
He's still currently alive, and I'm trying to keep it that way.
Wait, what? You're trying to keep it that way after trying to kill him?
Times change.
I guess if you're
Speaking of times changing, and she looks over at Devin.
what?
Why are you here?
Why are any of us here?
You specifically.
I reckon you haven't heard of anything from down south recently, then.
I have. But the
That's
last
why
thing
I'm-
I expected was you to rear your ugly head in our
Well,
city.
you know, I did just help you.
Apparently,
been
I need to.
helping.
Apparently, I need to be more open to change if that is the case.
If it makes you feel any better, they don't know I'm here.
It does a little bit.
I'm not here for them, I'm here for myself.
Well then, you should know. The king had another one of his episodes. And that does seem to spark a memory for you. Dangerous moments of the king seeming to go blank. Speaking words in whispers that meant nothing to you at such a young age. But you remember a faint memory of something that has been kept secret for a long time.
Do they happen more often?
No. But he had one with him and looks over at Roland.
With him?
Yes. So that is why we are here. I am escorting him to you guys. He seems to think you are all the ones with broken minds, but hearts pointed true.
Who does?
The voices of the king. Let's just say, 7 years ago, when he lost a friend, he gained another. We don't know why he's friends with this one, but he is. The king trusts him, and apparently so do the fates. So now we must trust him as well.
Fine. Doesn't mean I have to like him, though.
No,
Just like you don't have to like me.
fair enough. Soraya will be meeting with you tomorrow, am I correct, as she begins to stand?
Mm-hmm.
Very well. She looks over to Roland. Pulls out a small bag. She opens. She brings out 2 of his favorite weapons, puts them on the table, as well as a small bag of change. She looks over at all of you. Soraya likes you. It's the reason I'm putting up with you right now. And she looks over at Roland, and for the first time, instead of confusion and almost kind of like a distrust, I hope that you can fix him. Pulls her hood a little further over her face and takes her leave.
Well, now what?
The awkward silence of the journey returns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Devin says to Roland.
I guess you're
no,
stuck with me now, huh?
I guess. What do you know about anything? Surely she talked to you. Or if you're friends with the king, you must have some insight as to what's happening, and I guess we need to know now.
From what she said, I think you know a little bit more than I do.
It's been a very long time. But if it's anything like what I remember, then we need to try to help him. And honestly, I don't think this city is going to last much longer until he gets better.
I agree.
So I'm willing to put aside my distrust for assassins for the time being.
I knew you'd come to like me.
I wouldn't use the word like.
Assassins are
eating.
great.
She goes back to eating.
Just eating.
Yep. For once, usually when Devin eats, she's very like forceful with it, very to the point, quick. She's noticeably chewing a lot slower. Seems to be very lost in thought now. Very distraught. Not happy. And I'm done talking.
What are we gonna do about the room situation?
I'm assuming he has money. He can get his own room unless he wants to stay with one of us.
I'm accustomed to less than a stylish life.
It's his choice.
Floor buddies?
Floor buddies.
So wait, we don't have to like watch over you. Why are you free?
He's here. An attempted assassin, and Sinstra is still locked up.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, apparently he's been here for a hot minute.
Apparently, I have friends in the right places.
That's it. Okay.
If it is the king's orders, he will assist us. He will accompany us. Not much we can do.
I think it's best for us to just try to meet with Sorella and see what she has to say and do, and we'll figure it out.
Indeed. I think at this point, Kalita is tired after the many days of journeying, and with a full stomach, she says, "All right, I'm going up to one of the rooms. If no one else has anything else they need to say, I will not sleep on the floor."
Yeah, no, Devin pushes the unfinished plate away and is like, me too. And consciously makes sure her hood is down over her face as she leaves the table.
So there's... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was going to say, and so sits
Go, Dan.
Snulky, Ryan, and Roland.
I could really use an escort to the library. I think I may have left something there that might be able to help us.
It
I can
is
follow.
evening and nighttime right now.
We might have to
Hello?
leave in. I would know.
Yeah, you would. It's closed right now.
It's closed right now, but I'd left something there a while ago that might be able to help us, so. I don't like
Perhaps in the
breaking into
morning.
libraries anymore. Perhaps in the morning.
Ryan,
know
do you
he's
have something
that
to
away.
say?
No, not really.
What you guys doing? We've got two people that have probably already claimed a room to themselves. This, I guess, if Roland stays with you, that'll depend on how much you trust him. Or if he needs to find his own room.
I can just meditate in the corner.
That sounds creepy, though. Roland, do remember, though, the words of the man from many years ago.
Cat.
Floor buddies.
I'm gonna go to bed now. Rand just shuffles awkwardly back up the stairs to the room. A room.
Do you... No, I think Devin and Kalita both said bed, so there is the next room that also has two beds.
I'll go to that room. I want a bed. I would like a bed.
And then Nolki and Roland.
And Rose probably in the other bed.
Ro probably is in the other bed. I keep forgetting about Ro, and I feel terrible as a DM, but they aren't here.
Message them like, we keep forgetting about you.
No, message them better floor, question mark.
No further
The answer to
explanation.
the question, the answer to that question would most likely end up being bed. No, knowing Ro.
But it'd be so funny to ask it.
But I distinctly remember there being an instance where Ro curled up on the floor like a cat. You
That
cannot.
is true.
Ro would have
That
said.
is true.
All right, I have messaged bed or floor.
All right, so now we got to
Well,
solve
I'm in a bed.
Well, you don't take up very much room. I can just go to the same room as you and sit on the floor.
Which
Well,
room?
Does Ryan trust you being in the same room as her, Roland?
If it
If
makes
I
you feel any better, I won't harm anybody.
I won't kill you, I promise.
I'm not rolling deception.
I mean, you can insight check him if you want, Nolki.
I trust him. I don't know what you guys are on about.
Loki likes this guy.
Like, I trusted him.
He
7
fought
years
with
ago.
us. I trust anybody who fights with us.
I kicked a hag through a door.
I trusted Lily after she stopped
Observation.
complaining about us and started fighting with us.
Oh, she was complaining just internally.
I know. I'm well aware, but she was also fighting with us. Like, anyone I will have fought with in the past will have been complaining about me. But if they're fighting with me, then they're on my side. Did Ro respond yet?
I got a Y, so I said, apparently I'm not allowed to tell you why, so better floor.
The obvious question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really obvious. Better
It
floor.
doesn't change my answer. I'm going to sit in the corner.
It's like she says floor, there's just an empty bed and a bunch of people.
Nolki will be taking the bed. Just. No, it's just for Efla.
Just for fun.
Just for the crow.
It's a very demanding crow.
While, if I remember from the last stream, Ro probably trusts Roland. I'm not entirely sure about Ryan, and Ryan is in bed right now, so reading the situation, probably best to get in another room.
You're making me spend money.
Well, I mean, you were just given money.
How much?
In opening the pouch, you find 2 gold, 45 silver pieces, and 50 copper.
Not bad.
Enough to
Can I
get
rent the closet?
you going. Well, remember, this is modest at best accommodations, and it was 5 silver pieces for a room for the night.
Yeah, I paid 10 for 2. So
Okay. Whatever. I'll spend 5.
She didn't give you enough to run around buying anything you want, but she gave you enough to be able to purchase food,
Okay.
purchase lodging, stuff like that.
Fair enough.
Rose says, so I'm not going to answer, question mark?
An answer is required.
fine. Rose stands in a corner then. No sleep for you.
I was like,
One
she's
level of
being watched
exhaustion.
in the end.
I'm exhausted.
Ryan,
Consequences.
if you don't mind rolling while they decide what they're doing.
I've already rented a room.
9.
Well, that's better than the first one.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
Okay, good night,
if
Roland.
I was gonna say, if Roland rented a room, Nolki can just go bed
Yeah,
with
come sleep.
Roland. So you can sleep on a bed.
You could have a whole bed to yourself there, Nolki.
I
Since
see.
nobody else seems to trust me.
I knew this. Noki just kind of mutters under his breath, or potentially to Efla. I knew trusting it would pay off. And then goes up to the room.
And then we find him dead in the morning. No.
Oh, it's gonna take more than that to kill me. I've died so many times already.
But Noki, it takes just that to kill you. That's the thing.
I'm a screamer. You guys would know.
All right. So, about 4 or 5 hours into the night, Roland, you awaken from your trance. Seemingly being trusted by this little gnome that you met a little under 2 weeks ago. Or actually almost about 2 weeks ago.
Can I check the other rooms to make sure no one's gone in or disturbed?
Sure, make an investigation check.
Creepily leaning in front of one of the doors,
Well,
looking
actually-
at the floor.
You're checking the rooms. You're not pretend. Actually, I will allow perception check.
I was gonna say my investigation was a nat 20, but
Which means it is a
19.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. But still with a 19, I'll take it. Because I did say investigation, I guess. Most of the rooms seem to be undisturbed. You kind of don't know where the rest of the group is staying unless Nolki showed them to you.
I don't know
Just went to
either.
the room.
Yeah.
Nobody
So-
would have told me. I would have just kept knocking on doors until I found one.
So
It's more looking for suspicious activity.
okay. You don't find any suspicious activity whatsoever. There seems to be like a kind of a lulling sound of just the people beneath you. Any people who might still be awake, speaking, drunkards complaining about life at the bar. But it seems mostly quiet. Your door was not tampered with, and neither were any of the others.
I'll just go back to my room and lay on my bed quietly.
Okay. Morning eventually comes. Kalito awakening first, Ryan second. Roland, you're already awake. The sounds of the city begin to make their way through the air. The day is
I'm
yours.
definitely going. Breakfast time.
Kalita and Ryan, in your separate rooms, you do not see Nolki or Roland anywhere.
They're probably in the other room.
We probably went out to the
I think
library
it's
earlier.
rolling in the other room.
There's like a child outside the library excited to get a book, and I'm his parent with him.
Oh, just you
I
wait.
see that.
I have to grab my other notebook.
Different note.
I feel like I would probably assume that he had gotten a room, being that he got money, and I figured if he was trusted enough with it, it would probably not be too far. So I would go downstairs and
Okay.
and wait.
I forgot.
and-
I forgot what it was, but now I remember.
You guys go downstairs and there's just no Nolki.
No Nolki.
Wait, Nolki wasn't in your room?
No Roland. Roland, you are being dragged along by this gnome who just seems to know exactly where he's going.
Does he really though?
Yes.
Does he really know?
Okay.
That is the question.
I'm here to control him in his.
Come on, it's this way. And I'm just walking through the weirdest back corridors.
He's like pulling my pant leg.
The weirdest, not taking main streets, but the fastest, as a crow would fly line.
Roland, this is very confusing, and you're almost like, oh my gosh, is he going the right way? Until eventually you see this large 2-story building that seems to span quite a ways within the Cogswell district.
Your standing public library.
A library of sorts. Nulky, do you have a name for that?
I have not grabbed a name for that one yet.
Okay.
Because I thought we would be leaving Darnus, and that is my apologies.
Nope, that is okay. But nonetheless, a large city library.
It might just be the city library. Now that I think about it. For this place, it's just kind of a standard the city library. Neatest library. And then I walk in.
Okay.
I'm still just following.
You walk in and you're met with the smell of dusty books, people quietly moving. It's a really nice atmosphere to have. A couple of people seem to be working to put some books back, a couple of shoppers moving around.
I hope it's still here, and I'd like to go up to the second floor.
Okay. Roland, in this maze of books, like, it's not super windy or anything, but you didn't see any stairs when you walked in, and Nulky just kind of goes, zoop, zoop, whoop, right up the stairs. What you looking for, Nulky?
They didn't used to have a railing, and I would like to go look. And there's a book on like the history of dining etiquette.
Okay.
On like the bottom shelf in the back that I selected because I didn't think anyone would read it.
Okay.
And I would like to see if a slip of paper that contains a spell I wrote down that I couldn't figure out how to cast might be on it.
Make an investigation check.
What is my modifier on that? That's a 25.
25. You open the
That's
book,
exactly where he put it.
and then a slip of paper just seems to go, as well as a cloud of dust that just appears from the book around you, and you just kind of...
It's a good read, I think. And then I'm just going to put the book back and grab the piece of paper. Indeed.
So are you telling me you stored a tiny piece of paper in this one book in this gigantic library?
And I pick it up, and it is real freaking old. Like, this piece of paper is like...
It's starting to turn a couple of different, like, colors. It's been relatively preserved because it's been in this book for a long time. But with the current scenario and him going up and looking for this book and opening it and a cloud of dust on this second floor where there seems to be fewer shoppers.
And it's this very old piece of parchment. Like, parchment, the process of making parchment has changed in the time since this was written on parchment.
It's not even paper. It's paper's grandpa.
And on it is a spell that I would like to add to my ritual spell list. It is the alarm spell.
Very well.
Huh.
I can't believe I hadn't had this. Like, I thought I'd been casting this every night. I really should be better, like, organized.
Do you
I'm
check
glad
it
you
in
did.
your normal book that you bring around with you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets like pressed into a page and like a page folded over it so it'll stick and then shut. And you notice that like my spell book is just a bunch of different scraps of paper, all kind of loosely connected together in a book that's like got like a belt on it.
Eventually, the both of you hear a... Can I help you guys find anything?
I think he found exactly what he wanted.
Okay. I can assist you if you need to.
There was this like it was the symbol of the country, but with purple instead of blue, and I was wondering if you had anything on it.
Purple instead of blue?
Blue instead of purple? I'm sorry, I'm easily confused.
Blue instead of purple. I don't actually think we have anything on that. But
Okay, well, thank you.
very odd occurrence. Anything
Yeah.
specific?
Nope, that was it. I just came across that in my travels. Bye now. And I'm gonna straight up leave.
They just seem to stand there very confused, like, I've never heard of this. I've been working in this library, and I've never heard of this.
I am the better scholar.
Ron Swanson at Home Depot. I know more than you.
There's a little bit of that vibe going on.
Eventually.
Oh, and then I think right before I leave, I go, when did you guys add the railing?
This been here since I started working here. Though for the building, it's relatively new. I'd almost guesstimate almost 100 years, maybe a little over that.
And then I'm just gonna walk out without any further explanation.
Excuse the gnome.
Sure.
Back in my day, libraries didn't have railings.
Well, this one didn't.
Sorry, this is like.
You're not far off.
All right. Are you guys making your way back to the inn?
Unless he's trailing me or pulling me in another direction.
I think I'm kind of like walking down like a couple alleys and then like, huh. And I'm like backtracking and going down a different alleyway. So, where are we going?
Follow me.
Okay.
I guide him back to the inn.
Yep, Nolki, you notice Roland leading you the exact way you came.
Damn.
Back to the inn.
He's good.
So all of you who are sitting there like, where's Nolki? What the heck happened to him? And then the door opens and there's Roland and Nolki walking through the door.
Yeah, I'd like to think that Devin comes down, actually looking like pretty awake for once, right as they're walking back in.
We don't have to worry about watch anymore. I say I just brandish my spellbook and then put it away.
What do you... never mind. Breakfast.
You found what you're looking for?
Definitely.
Good for you, then. I'm happy for you. And Devin just sits down at the table, but she actually doesn't eat.
I'm eating.
Yeah. Devin's just sitting
But
at
I
the table.
noticed Devin not eating. Like, that's a little different.
I offer a sausage.
He gingerly takes it, but does not eat it.
That's rude.
She just holds it. Like a puppy.
Sausage.
She's like, are people like looking at her as she's just like holding the sausage?
Yep.
Peer pressure will have her take a bite of the sausage if more than two people are like
Eat the
looking.
sausage. You
Okay.
need to eat.
At the one bite, Milky's just gonna kind of like eyes like glaze in concentration, like something's off.
She eats the sausage.
Choking it down.
Devin, no, she does not choke down the sausage. Just wanted to clarify. She eats it in tiny bites, very carefully, and hopes no one looks at her anymore.
Milky hasn't ordered anything, so he's just staring at Devin, trying to figure out what's going on.
Milky, eat.
It's like, I'd turn my attention to Roland and be like, it's probably him that's a problem.
Eat. I'm fine. Eat.
You always will eat more than me.
I'm just not hungry.
I would like to start casting detect magic as a ritual, and like very obviously that this is what I'm doing. You've been cursed. I don't know why. I'm gonna figure this out, Devin.
Okay.
I'm just like drawing the circle on the ground next to Devin.
Okay.
You gather the
She,
attention of the other patrons. Kalita, you notice people giving you guys weird looks, and
Loki, stop it.
I will be right back, but I am listening.
Loki, stop! Keep it down!
I'm just not hungry. It's normal. It's a human.
Like, don't draw on the people's floor.
It's not a Devin thing, though.
I
And then I'm gonna keep drawing the circle until one of you give me a good reason to stop.
pick him up. I literally pick you up.
No, I will grab. Like, stop.
Just dangling. I'm just gonna put my like arms on my hips as I'm dangling. Just.
She's just like, if I eat, will you shut up?
This is normally how this goes. Yes.
Okay, fine. So Devin just like, she starts eating. She gets a plate of food in front of her face.
Milky goes, another one of those, please.
No, just one. Thank you. Thank you.
If any of you bothered to make an insight check, you might think, Milky may have cared about that strictly because he doesn't know how to order food all that well, and he just says one more, please, after Devin orders.
Loki, he didn't do.
Devin has been peer pressured into eating half of a plate of breakfast, if anybody cares.
Good. Milky very much cares.
He wants food too.
And I'm sure there's a little bit, like, that's the primary reason, but there's a secondary caring about Devin under here.
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, so you always need to eat it.
It's something that Devin probably once told Nolki.
I don't remember what all I've told you.
I'm actually pretty sure you told me that the first episode, the first session.
I don't remember. It's been so long.
I don't have notes for important things, but things like this I remember.
It's the things that stick with you.
I don't need to write down plot points. I write down if Devin tells me breakfast is the most important meal of the day. That's things that are noteworthy.
So are we for the name? Did we figure that one out? I can't remember. This is in
Yeah, we
character.
did. Kalita knows, right?
We have
Yeah,
a
you
name.
guys didn't like my ideas, and that's okay. This
No,
is
you were
better.
throwing out the weirdest ideas.
Very strange.
We can't just go around being called enchanted dirt all the time. Like, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
It's about
I think that one was my best one.
It was, but it's not party.
Although Hag Slayers is pretty high up there.
But offensive.
Yeah, Enchanted Dirt was the best.
Sounds like a group of bards.
Yeah.
High layers. Okay.
Well, as soon as we're done eating, and speaking of the name, I believe we should go and meet with Sorayla and claim our reward.
Yeah, she's waiting on us.
Oh yeah, Roland. We need a group name to get registered or something with like the city or something like that. I'm not too clear on the specifics. I was petting Efla in the corner.
Which, do you have to
Okay.
feed that thing, by the way?
I don't know.
Have you tried to feed it?
I mean, no, but it hasn't asked.
lived this long.
It's lived for a week.
Go.
Devin,
No,
Devin's
maybe no.
asking this. Devin's asking this, forgetting that it's a familiar. So she just sees a real bird. She doesn't know how magic works, so she thinks he just has a real bird. So.
Oh,
Okay, I have looked it up. They do not need food or air.
Oh.
or air?
Or air.
Good to know.
It's
In a
suggested
car.
by the fact that they can survive in a pocket dimension.
You could put it
But
in
they
a
don't
bucket.
need air or water. So
Sounds legit.
Interesting.
that, or I have been severely malnourishing my familiar, so I really hope it's not that one.
Okay.
If Coffee Man's still here, he'll chime in a second, I'm sure.
He just said it's bones, so.
She's legit, yeah.
What?
Nothing.
Would Roland be part of this group at this point then?
I feel like
Oh, for sure.
he was told to be part of this group, so. And he did
So we
help
have to
us.
split the reward?
He helped us with Lily, so I mean, it's just.
And if the name's gonna be Hag Slayers, he helped us slay the hags. I mean,
That's not the name, Noki.
that's all. That's fair. I keep forgetting. It's such a terrible name.
So are we ready to go?
Let's go.
All right. Onward.
Alright. Eventually, you guys all make your way to the city hall. Kalita, you seem to notice even more unrest as you walk through the street. You don't know if it's whether it's about the thing that Roland had spoken in about the night before, or the fact that there is a drow walking the streets with this group of people.
Yeah, Devin pulls her hood.
Yeah,
over her
I turn to
face.
him.
Spider.
Put your hood on too.
Noki's gonna put his hood on, not realizing it's not to him.
Does everybody have hoods?
I didn't.
I sleep in mine.
I only
I
have a
don't
hood
like
because of the cape.
It messes up my ivy.
There.
You do, however, eventually make your way back to the city hall.
I just realized that Noki's hair is like this. So when putting a hood up, it's just there's just like hair. There's just like hair coming out of the front of a hood.
Oh, that was me earlier
No,
today.
I like the fact of maybe your hair is so spiky that the hood like sits on top of it. So
Floats around
cover,
it.
it doesn't cover anything. It's just on
Oh my
top
god,
of your
no,
hair.
it's definitely that because this is just like an oversized hood that I like fold up and then unfold so I can wrap myself in it. Because it's got like a little bit of a twirl at the
Doesn't-
bottom.
It's not heavy enough to like weigh your hair down. It just sits.
Yes, because it's like a normal person's hood. And I roll up the bottom so that and tie it up because then I sleep in it by unrolling.
Yes.
This is the best thing that has happened to me in so long.
You arrive at the city hall, seeing Sorella in the same place you saw her the day before, except without the twins, and her hair instead down in a beautiful braid that she has pulled around herself. Or I guess I should say in front of herself. No, she pulled the braid around herself. She's Elsa did, is basically what I'm going for.
Oh, gotcha.
Go through, yeah.
Ah.
Smiles up at you all. Looks over towards Roland.
Did you know he'd be coming?
Yes and no.
morning to you too.
Couldn't even give a little warning. Was it,
Wait, me give you a warning?
I guess. I don't know.
I didn't know.
I should have messaged you. I'm so sorry.
You were well over 120 feet away.
When we got closer,
We're coming.
we're walking through the door. Roland's with us, and then we walk through the door.
So, I do have some paperwork for you.
Paper.
I love paperwork.
Yes, to be officially registered.
Ah, yeah.
What
yeah,
does that
yeah.
mean?
I got this, guys.
You are recognized as an official adventuring group under the capital.
Very well.
Okay. Who can
Okay.
write well?
Loki's digging through his bag and full of. I got this, please.
Okay.
I would be like watching him like a hawk.
Yes. Devin as well. I'll be like,
She looks towards Devin. I would use your a different last name if you have one.
I can just not put one in.
I thought
We could
were
just
doing
use the
name.
group name.
okay.
Or of
Well-
the guild.
It has to be of the group name and each of the individual members, so we can keep track of you.
Nolki of the guild. Devin of the guild.
No, I have
Perfect.
a name. I have a name. It's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So, what are we putting on here?
It is Cantata Lutum.
Can you spell that for me?
Yes.
I'm writing it down. I've got it.
She's kind of holding the papers a little bit away from you, Nolki.
This is quite rude. I know how to write.
Let's just do what she says.
Okay, how was that spelled?
Cantata. That's the first word. And then Lutum. Cantata Lutum.
Very well. And she takes the paper that she had just been writing on. She rifles through a couple of the papers. Alright, well, if any of you want to read through this, I will give you the time to do so.
Can I just get a gist of it?
Well,
I'll read it.
I was gonna ask to read too.
Can I write in it?
read it, not write in it.
Devin just wants a gist.
Nolki knows what he said.
You take the papers and go through it. Mostly goes over the fact that you are recognized as an official adventuring group through the Kingdom of Darnus. All of these adventuring groups have to be approved by the Queen before. Oh goodness, I'm at a loss for words. I apologize. I'm trying to form things in my head. Basically, all adventuring groups must be approved by the Queen, depending on who's in them. What the group has done so far to earn this right. The person that is who has submitted the paperwork, and the fact that it requires all of your signatures. And that if casualties were to happen through you guys, of course there is some amount of, it goes through payments and how those would possibly happen, as well as if casualties happen and how those will be taken care of and
So,
resolved.
if we kill people and if we get killed?
Yes.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Really?
I have thrown you guys into paperwork.
How much are our lives worth? How much do we get paid out if one of us dies? This is important information. And does it pay out even after being revived?
And how quickly can we claim the money? And if by chance we were able to revive later.
Kalita might see where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
I
insurance
gotcha.
money. Because there's totally insurance for adventuring parties.
I'm going insurance money. I'm going for how fast can we get the money to revive our fallen comrade? But insurance money will work, sure. I'm not trying to commit insurance fraud. Although I can see how you would think that given Milky's...
Not Kalita,
like,
this is me.
You don't have to sign the papers if you don't want to.
No, I'm just curious.
I believe that it will, yes, add another layer of responsibility to our group, but hopefully will make our dealings with authorities much easier if we recognized.
That is the main reason behind this.
Yeah.
Because you will have an official label behind you that is recognized by higher ups. So you don't just walk in and you're all like, "Hi, we're a bunch of random adventurers. We're here to help." Instead, you walk in and you say, "We are Cantata Lutum." And within Darnus, that means something.
Sweet.
It is not a get away with everything kind of situation. It is not a insurance policy. It is mostly just to be recognized as an official group.
Yeety.
I can sign if we need to.
Also,
It'll be individual signatures. I am forcing Bro to sign this. She has no choice. She did not come. So.
very good.
Beautiful.
Devin gets the last name. I kind of want a last name.
A last name. Like,
Devin
I
already
didn't
had a
read that,
last
like-
name, guys. Devin's had a last name this whole time. She told you her last name.
Wait, what?
Yes.
has it been since I've joined?
Yes.
I know, but Nolki doesn't.
Yeah, you do.
I know, but Noki doesn't remember. Is a better way to put that.
Alright, I have great patience. However, this is taking a while.
You guys sign. I'll sign last. I gotta think of a name.
If you don't have a last name, then don't use one. However, I know she has one, so I had to ask her.
That's
I
fair,
know.
but like,
However,
if everybody else has one,
if you would like to go with your new name, you can. I would honestly offer it for protection.
Oh, yeah. No, I am.
Who's the first person to sign?
Ryan already
I'll sign.
has.
Ryan already has. And you guys just eventually pass the papers through.
Yeah, sure. I'll sign
Yep.
it. I'll sign it too.
Noki just wants to sign it last for personal reasons.
Do you
Bro
want to know?
eventually signs.
Do you need to know the name that I put down for any reason, or does it matter?
It might. I want to know.
But I'm asking her.
Sorayla or DM?
DM.
DM. Yes, please.
Okay.
And also, if any of you do anything stupid.
I thought you were asking Sorayla, and I wanted to know the name.
Stupid?
Ryan, do you put your full name?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Okay, thank you. I believe Kalita, you only have the one name. Roland, you are also offered this piece of paper. Because Ro just kind of takes it and sends it over to you.
I'll sign it.
Oh gosh. Do you sign with your last name as well? Because I need to look up how to
Yes.
spell that. Oh my gosh.
Yes, I do. Full name.
Oh my gosh.
Since Kalita only has one name, I'm only gonna put one name.
I've got my full name,
I actually just looked at it a second ago as well.
Oh my gosh.
first, middle, and last names.
This.
I don't have a middle name. But...
Am I the only one with technically a middle name?
Yeah, apparently.
Yours is a nickname.
I mean,
I know, technically it's a nickname, but it's my middle name.
if you've only got one name, is that your middle name as well?
Yes.
It's
It
your
is
first and
name.
last and middle.
There we go.
Okay, that's what I was going for. And
Okie
yes,
dokie dokie.
I am aware of the whole situation.
Are you speaking to?
You.
Okay, cool. Just making sure we were on the same page with that.
No, I remember that conversation.
Okay, cool.
Once Donkey gets it, he'd like to sign it with a flourish and pass it back.
Soraya looks at the paper, actually looks at Nulki's signature, and is kind of impressed at how nice of handwriting. The nice penmanship that is upon it. Hold up, let me... You text
Oh my
me.
gosh, Matt. Everybody's penmanship. How bad is it? How good is it?
Nulki's is the best.
There's a reason
Rose-
Donkey wanted to sign his name last, and it's not because it's the worst.
Is the second best. And then I'm almost gotta say... Yeah, Devin's pretty up there. Devin's handwriting is pretty up there.
Mine's probably pretty chicken scratch, to be honest.
I've had an
I'd be like this, like sturdy, like all capital letters.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The blocky letters.
Rock.
Roland, yours is probably pretty average.
I was thinking I had less than average schooling.
However, you know someone with incredible handwriting who is also a mage, who you've been hanging out with for the for the past several years. All right, and you hand it back to Sorayla, who takes it and rolls it up and places it in her satchel. Anything else I can do? Oh my goodness! Anything else I can do for you while you are here?
I don't know. Do we?
Unfortunately,
What do we do next? What needs to be done to help?
Unfortunately, I do not have the answer to that question. I will leave that up to you. Depends on where you folks are going now. But please do keep in touch. Roland, if I am correct. I know she used to give you an update on the search. However, we haven't had much luck.
I appreciate it.
No problem. I apologize that it is not good news.
Could they use help with this search?
Fortunately, they're kind of all the way across the world. Or the continent.
What do we do now?
What's up with that the people who are still missing?
Well, we've been doing our best to try and track them down, but she kind of looks over at Roland. A slight glimpse of almost that she feels bad kind of comes through. Your folk are very slippery. We aren't sure where they are. And it also depends on the compliance of the people who own such stores, such cellars. Not many people seem to want to let us in. Especially in the Harbor District.
The girls, are they not able to locate them? They led us several times before.
Haven't had much luck. They've been trying, though. They've been trying very hard.
Well, since she isn't asking, what about Shinstra? Is she doing okay? I guess.
Well, I will tell you that she's in a similar room that your friend here was.
Hmm.
I don't know if he... I'd hope he speaks of good things about the place he was staying.
I don't require much,
That's about the most we've got.
but it wasn't terrible.
I guess as long I guess I'm just asking if she's still doing okay.
She seems to be doing good.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
So I guess the question,
never mind.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I was gonna say, so I guess the question is if you want help finding the people in the harbor district.
You can certainly try.
Hmm.
Not sure it's going to go very well.
I mean, numbers-wise, we've done a better job than you, so...
No, we like her. I think Noki's
mean,
actually.
the guards in general.
I think Noki's like actually gonna like and then message. No, we like her.
I feel like at that point, please just be like, forgive me. That was very rude. I am, however, concerned for these people.
As are we. And she kind of looks off, kind of behind where you guys are staying. And she kind of, her face looks worried for a moment, and she kind of looks at Devin, and she just kind of makes a very subtle motion.
It was already on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like on and over.
And she watches and follows over to the stairs, and eventually her attention comes back to you. Apologies. Didn't want you to get into any trouble. That was the Grand Marshal. Figured an encounter with him today would not be great.
Yeah. How many? Are a lot of people aware?
I am aware. Lady Kayla is now aware.
I got that part.
And the twins. We are
The warden hates us for plenty of other reasons.
keeping it.
Grand Marshal.
I'm sorry, I gotta cut the accent. I'm not doing so hot with it.
Sounds good.
That's okay.
I have asked Kayla to keep it between us. I doubt your presence would speak good news.
Yeah, I already had a very tense encounter. We should probably not linger then if it's that bad. As much as I want to help.
Do we still think Talith is responsible for the king's ailment?
I don't. I don't think so.
As much as I
But
would
then
like
again,
to believe it is, the appearance of these new drow is new news.
yeah, I don't think Talise would do anything this elaborate.
There is one person we know who might be able to help us with this if we think it's related to drow. Sadly, you have them locked away right now.
She has no idea.
feel like we talked to her about Shinstra, though.
About Shinstra?
Yeah.
I mean, she's had contact with Shinstra.
Yeah. We're probably gonna need to talk to Shinstra.
There's still people not allowed in the castle right now.
I mean, I don't suppose you can make an exception for one person, and I'm gonna gesture at Ro. She can disguise.
Disguise as who?
That would be up to you. You know this castle better than we do. Look at her. She's not talking. She needs to talk to Shinstra. She's been silent for days. I'm so sorry.
She's so emotionally distraught. She hasn't seen her girlfriend in weeks.
To be fair, when is Ro not emotionally distraught?
Yeah.
True.
Before you introduce Shinstra would be...
No, she was then.
Oh,
It just added more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, basically.
That is the inner turmoil of Ro's heart.
Roland. You. As they are talking about Shinstra, the name doesn't ring a bell, but you remember a conversation you had once. Levin wanting to know what life was like for you, and asking specifically about a certain deity. With you telling him what you knew, and you asked him a question. Do you remember the answer?
In referring to how I feel about it?
Yeah. Or who that deity was.
I don't really remember her name.
Illustrate.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know she's hurt a lot of people.
Illustrate?
Her followers.
No, other way around. That's Lolth.
Yeah, illustrates the good
Okay.
one.
Illustrate's the good one. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go. There's the light bulb I was waiting for.
I'm trying to remember this stuff.
We've been at this for a long time.
It's just like, whoa,
Yeah.
did Roland just give away that Shinstra's the big bad guy? Ooh.
That'd be fun. No, I think we would lose players off of that. I don't know if Ro could handle it.
Okay. Now that I remember more. She helps a lot of people, and I respect her and her followers. Especially for helping out most of my kind that tried to escape that life.
Do you follow her, Illustrate?
I don't think I've made up my mind yet. I tend to stray away.
You don't stray towards Lolth.
No. More away from religion, period.
But if this is...
We can discuss that later.
Have you heard of this hot new god to try out?
Have you heard of our Lord Celeborn?
No, but I think Milky's gonna go, if this sickness is related to the drow, Shinstra might be the only one who might know something. And we might be able to figure this out if Ro can talk to her.
We've all tried speaking to her. She's also as confused and lost as we are.
Okay. Can you at least tell me where in the castle she's being held?
No.
Pretty please?
No.
We're not gonna, I promise. What if I promise not to jailbreak her? And I'm being 100% like serious right now.
I swore an oath. I cannot willingly give that information.
Look, no one's allowed in the castle, but we weren't allowed to talk to her before she was moved there. That means talking to her can't be the issue. If you can tell me where she is, we can talk to her without setting foot in the castle.
And this is a big keep that you're talking about.
It's huge.
If she's close enough to the edge, it's 120 feet.
Have her moved near a wall.
Move her near a wall. A wall.
Dimension door? No. We'd have to find a way out, though. That's the problem.
But hey, we'd be in.
We'd be in. I think 2 people will be in.
I mean, I am a very good distraction. And then I distract the keep for 5 hours, and then you get them out. It's perfect. No,
I thought we said we weren't doing a jailbreak.
yes, no jailbreak, but
I think also like this whole time Khalid is just like thinking and mulling things over. Like, yes, it's the drought. What about the drought? And
to research.
I'm gonna turn to Roland and be like, what? So your people who follow both, what do they have against those that follow? Oh goodness.
Elistray. We're going with the easy
Elistray.
Yeah, we're going with the
I was
easy
like-
pronunciation.
Surely you can tell us what is going on. Would they have something against? Would the followers of Los have something against Elistray and her people?
I don't know that much, but I know one side's just full of hate and the other side's just trying to get away.
And Kalidas keeps musing. I remember that Shinstra was going to talk to the king about Elistray. I can't help but feel it's connected. Do the followers of Los want?
If you can tell us where she is, it could help immensely. We could save your king.
I think your cleric is onto something. What? If the king was going to have audience with this drow, and Loth is as bad as you all say she is, why would she want...
We can't have Elistray's follower gaining the support of the kingdom.
gaining support of the kingdom, as well
And
as...
it's a lot easier to kill off a king than to kill off a wanderer.
Precisely.
I must do research. And then Loki's just gonna book it.
Well, Kalida,
Yes.
if this is really as deep as the followers of Loth, from my studies, she believes she is the queen of the underworld. Civil disputes, chaos. So if she knew of a cleric of Elistray was coming, if you were Loth, wouldn't you want to stop that?
She'd want to be rid of her. She has conflicting views with that of her daughter, Los. she'd want to keep all her people underground in the darkness. And Elistray, if I remember correctly, desires for her people to come to the light.
So if Loth were to figure that out...
She's causing the king's sickness. She's causing the turmoil in the land. She
Perhaps she's trying to set her daughter up.
Who
set her
all knew?
daughter up. And her followers are kidnapping the people and causing a bad name for the drow.
How many people knew about this meeting between Levin and Shinstrap?
Not many.
Care to elaborate? We could, question them.
A lot of people that you can't even touch. Admittedly, I was one of them.
Any women?
Yes. Lady Kayla, the Queen, possibly others. It will take asking the Queen or the King what they know. However, figuring this out might clear the name.
Where would we even start if anybody that we would even be able to begin to suspect is people we can't even talk to?
I happen to be very persuasive. I'm sure I can wriggle out some information for you. Allow me the time to investigate.
Loth seems to favor women, if that helps anything.
Good to know.
So
I will ask around and do some digging. See if I can come up a list for you. Until then, I would make a good name for yourselves. Stay trustworthy. And keep your head low.
not gonna be easy to do here.
No. It won't.
Might have to leave.
She kind of looks over and sees the Grand Marshal descending the stairs. As he turns and looks at her, you hear a very sharp beckoning call that just says, Arabelleros! And Sorella just kind of goes, that's my cue. And she picks up her satchel. And she looks at all of you. Do you trust the twins?
I do. As creepy as they are, I do.
They're sneakier than I am. I will ask for their aid. And she picks up her satchel. She pulls her cloak over in a flurry and begins to walk over to the Grand Marshal. And they leave.
Alright. I don't know what to do next, but Devin's gonna leave the city hall because she does not want to be here anymore.
It definitely wants to learn more about Lolth and her followers and all the drow.
Milky's been full sprinting to the library.
He's already left.
I left a while ago.
If you're looking for information, you're going to want to look for mountainous, rocky areas to find the Underdark if you're looking for that kind of situation. However, Ryan, from your wisdom and the creature that you encountered in the cave, you remember Iklo going down. You remember how beastly that thing looked. And that the reason you probably survived that encounter is because it was already hurt.
Yeah.
So down doesn't seem like a great option right now. However, in your travels through Darnus and being from Darnus, you remember of the monastery that is in Tristan, and how large and just how massive that collection of knowledge is. Devon, the capital from where you're from, large, vast of knowledge and history that you could go look for there. Milky, you also know of the small but memorable library in Izinkni in Morroyn.
Oh, what a name.
However, Morroyn would put you even closer to the underground.
So where do we go?
And I know that is a lot of information and a lot of confusion, but I think that will take party discussion, and it is 9:40, and I am tired. So that is where we are going to end tonight. I apologize to the stream that this doesn't seem to be going anywhere, but I promise it will be.
Loki's going to a library, guys. It's going somewhere.
And good job, Kalita. Good job, Kalita.
It was a fun time. Thanks to our earlier one-shots.
Yeah, I have like no brain power left either, so I'm just like.
Yeah.
I
Was it
don't know.
good lore drop session? Thank you, I'm glad you think so.
I liked it.
You need lore drop sessions if you're gonna have a lore.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of important.
Honestly, it's like my favorite thing. I love lore.
Slowly but surely, you guys are unraveling the mystery.
It's a very big mystery.
Might we actually leave Darnus? Oh gosh, that'd be
I
interesting.
think we might have to.
That'll be the first for Ryan.
We might have to.
Yeah, definitely. I think.
You have to hear about the background stuff to see the big picture. Yeah. And also part of what they have to do now is build their reputation. They're still lower level.
I was thinking about that, and the first thing that popped in my head was, ooh, community service.
The kid, let me start off the graffiti.
No.
Hi, ma'am. We are this adventuring party. We will save your cat from the tree.
I
That's an important
apologize
job.
for the paperwork and this will make you an official
Oh, it's
blah,
great.
blah, 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 but it was like,
Give
this,
up.
So great.
this is what
You
we...
have some paperwork-loving characters here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Capes and
Uh,
cowls
freaking
vigilant
out.
the street.
Devin was freaking out, like, I have to sign my name.
Alright, but that is where I am going to end the stream for the night. Thank you to everyone who has come by and resubscribed. First of all, you resubscribers are incredible. And I love and appreciate you all. Thank you, Coffee Man, for being just a continuous support as well. And Jazzbot. And I hope you guys are ready because we are back. And we are back in business. Because a good chunk of us are no longer in school for the time being.
Needy.
Coffee Man subscribed! I didn't mean to pressure you! Something I will do is
We
I'm
love Coffee Man.
setting up, because Christmas is around the corner. I want to set up a subscriber giveaway. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, have a good night, everyone, and I will see you, if not sometime this week, next Sunday. Oh, I forgot that waving was a thing we do all the time.